Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So today we have an Airsoft kind of a discussion, not a review, but just kind of discussion, because as you can recognize here, this is the gas blowback by WE, the famous G17. It's been almost 10 years that I've had this, and to this day it is still working. This is one of the best Airsoft gas blowbacks I've ever had. Now, I say one of the best because it's not the best. There's always going to be some kind of trade-off that you get one way or the other. But again, this isn't a review because that's going to come later. This is kind of just a there's plenty of these G17 reviews out there, but I'll give my take on this since I've got some experience with this, and I'll talk about it in a couple of months or so about a review of my experience overall. But today it's just kind of like a preview of what's to come. But today isn't going to be about the G17 as much itself. Today it's going to be more so about the problem of the barrel from the Airsoft models, right? I saved this garter piece right here, which is from I don't even know if you can get this anymore. This was about 10 years old, 8 or 9 years old when I bought this. This was when this was available, and these things, the barrel would break actually after about like 1,000 or 2,000 rounds. I think this one broke after about 2,000 rounds, I think, for me. 1 or 2,000, I can't remember. And I remember one night I was just using it, and all of a sudden, like, I fired it and the barrel flew right out because it broke and it snapped, which is very common of these WE models, right along the seams right there, between the chamber and the barrel neck right there. And so oftentimes people wonder, and I'm not the only one this happened to, so that's why you're supposed to get a replacement part for this is the garter replacement part for it. But I kind of want to talk about, like, well, what has WE done since then to fix this problem? Has there been anything to help resolve this issue? Have they done anything differently? And the answer is, I don't think they have. However, since this one, I've had quite a few other WEs in my collection, and I think that this problem has not happened again since then. And the reason why I think that is because even though they never really fixed the problem, the materials are pretty much the same. I've looked at the other WE G series models I have, whether it's the 19 or the 17, and they make the barrels out of the same material. I'm not sure what kind of material it is, some kind of nickel, iron, die cast or something like that, that's still vulnerable to this area. However, what really is happening, though, that's causing these barrels to break, though, after a limited number of shots, is the use of or anything that's weighing on this thing right here. So when I first got this model here, I actually, as you can see, the threads were the paint's chipping off right here because I was threading on or mounting on other mock devices on here, right? But you know what they are, and there's a video about that later on. But basically, if you don't have any excess weight on the front of your Airsoft barrel here, that's going to create less stress on the neck of the barrel. So what I mean by that is, right here, right, when it's pulled back, you'll see, basically, right now this is a girder barrel, so it's steel, so it's not going to really be a difference. But let me pull these out and let me see if I can demonstrate what that would look like. So I'm going to take this down. It's been cleared, right? It's in a safe position, a safe environment. Magazines out and everything like that. So we'll release this takedown slide and pull this out. Now, as you can see here, this is your standard run-of-the-mill internals right here. We'll just take this apart for maintenance purposes and to fix some stuff. It's always a little tricky to take this apart kind of have to take it apart in stages. That seems backwards. Okay, this is a very nice barrel. Again, this has been almost 10 years old now. Seen about 25,000 rounds, I think it was. I've lost count. And now, granted, I haven't, when I say it's been around for 10 years, it doesn't really matter how long it is, because if you don't use it at all, that doesn't mean anything, right? But 10 years and 25,000 rounds through it is quite a bit. And this thing has held up, which it's a steel barrel. It should hold up. So it's not too surprising, but just want to point that out. So now this one, we'll put the original one. This is actually the very, very original one here that I've kept. Now this one is broken. And I've just actually used the Gorilla Glue to put it together, but just to show you what it would originally look like. So I'm gonna reassemble it, make sure it looks all nice like that. All right, and let's see, let's assemble that part together. This is the part I'm talking about. You're supposed to assemble it backwards. So, hold on. And it's just this model that, this particular model, I have to do this backwards. So you have to kind of put this spring guide in first, and then kind of decompress it. And then you slide in a little inner barrel, like so. And then you let it go backwards like that. Oops, did it go through in place? Oh, it wasn't aligned. Hold on. Okay, let's hope we don't break this. I think I got it. Oh, no, still not. Hold on. Probably gonna have to fast forward through this. Okay, there we go. So now it's all flushed, touches end to end, and that's the original barrel in there. So we'll attach this together, and we will take this down to the range and give this a test and see how it looks out down there. Ooh, it's been a while since I've seen this in this original configuration. But man, so after a while, after I finally filmed this video, I've kept this for a while just for this purpose of making this video. But now I can finally toss this because I have it on tape and everything like that. How much did I pay for this barrel back then? It didn't really say. I don't know. Anyway, we'll try it out and we'll see how this goes. All right, we've taken it down to the range now. Now we've got, oh man, that's just so awesome looking. The original G17 by WE. I had to look in the market. I don't even know whether you can even still get these anymore, given, well, especially now with such the supply chain issues. I still wonder if we can get them, but I'll look around to see if that's still available or not. But wow, the G3 or G17 model looks awesome, huh? And not too bad. It's aged pretty well. So let's see how it, demonstration purposes, let's see what happens to the barrel here. Oh, what just happened there? Well, it's not surprising when that happens. That happens often. So Ben, again, the reason why that happens though is basically these things are pretty fragile, and when you basically have extra stuff mounted on here, it basically causes a lot of wobble or a lot of stress onto the end of the muzzle. So let's empty that out. So basically a lot of the stress comes down to it. So if you don't mount things onto the front of these threads right here, it's not going to introduce that stress, and you're going to be able to fire it fine, and there won't be an issue. Now I can't tell you if that will last you 25,000 rounds like the other ones have, but it certainly has lasted quite well into its service life, beyond the 1,000 rounds I've seen. So that goes from my G17 and my G19 by WE. But basically, so the short answer is no, they haven't done anything about this issue because the material is still the same, but it's not really an issue if you avoid putting extra weight and stress on the front of the barrel. So with that video, this is just a preview of what the WE looks like right here after 10 years, and look out for the video review of it in a few months. And now I can finally throw away this broken barrel. Now, actually, I want to catch this on tape because it's actually difficult to remove this. So the magazine's out right now, right? And we've already cleared it, right? So there's no rounds in the chamber or anything like that. So this is completely safe now. So this airsoft gun is ready to be disassembled. The very hard part now is once you've the barrel breaks off like this, you are stuck in this position. So it's very hard to take this down now because there's some blockages, or it gets in the way. So let me see if I can try to do it. See, it gets kind of, let me try to pull it down here, because when this happens to you, the reality is you're going to want to replace it, but I don't know how to do this easily. So let's see here. Yeah, it gets stuck on something here. Let's see. There we go. Gotta pop that out a little bit. So it's a little bit challenging because things are kind of jammed up there. As you can see, this thing should not be dipped down like this. Anyway, but now that you got it popped out, again, same thing. Some models you can, you don't have to do it reverse like I'm doing right now, but you could remove your airsoft barrels that way. And of course, this piece is now completely useless. And then get something like the garter. You could choose to get the garter here if you plan on using it for a while, or you can just use another WE replacement barrel, which would be totally okay too, actually. Again, it only gets damaged when you put a lot of stress onto it, and so maybe instead of getting, because when you get a garter barrel like this, it does require a lot of sanding and fitment issues, because they're not exactly to specifications. Their tolerances are different, so it might be a little bit hard to install, and it might take a lot of effort, and the cost of it too, right? So it might just be a little bit cheaper to just get maybe 2 of the original WE ones and plug and play, so to speak, right? And they should be able to last you for a good amount of time before you have to replace them again, or if they break. So far, again, they have not, and so I think I've isolated the problem of what's causing the issue here. So we'll put these back in. This one's, again, this is because it has fitment issues. You kind of have to align the inner barrel a little bit differently, kind of. Let's see here. It's because these are all like aftermarket. Here we go. All right, I think I got it. Oops. Did I get it? No. It should not look like that, right? So it should be completely in battery or close. So let's see, what am I missing? You kind of have to make sure that the inner barrel is fitting fine. Ooh. Let me try that one more time. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. Perfect. So you gotta play around with it. It's that the brass barrel gets caught on the edge of the outer barrel, so that's why it gets a little bit tough to put together sometimes. But there you go. You have it back to normal again. Reinstall. And it looks awesome again, right? Looks way cooler this way. But there you have it. Look out for the review of the G17 by WE in a couple of months after 10 years.